Hi there, students. Couture. Haute couture. Okay, this is talking about fashion and fashionable clothes. Couture, the designing and making of fashionable, expensive clothing. This is made to measure. This is tailor-made. So, haute couture, this is highly fashionable clothes which were not made by a designer. So a haute couture show or an haute couture collection. Okay, all of this comes from French. Couture in itself talks about sewing or dressmaking. Yeah, and haute couture or just couture, it very often is the production of expensive, custom-made fashion clothing. This is high-end. This is the most expensive of clothes. So if you're fashionable, if you go to a gala in Los Angeles, or you go to the Oscars or something like that, then you need to be wearing haute couture. Yeah, couture, the design and making of fashionable clothes, particularly to the client's requirements and, of course, to the client's measurements. So most of this haute couture is either made just for an individual client, or each dress is made for the client. And haute couture is very expensive. Yeah, it's something that's made to measure, made specifically to fit a particular person. Yeah, this is tailor-made, but this is couture is for ladies. So haute couture clothes produce clothes made by a fashion designer. Yeah, couture is the occupation of a couturier, a dressmaker, a fashion designer. So haute couture has been around for a long time. I think haute couture was probably started by Marie Antoinette in the 17th century, and she had a designer called Rose Bertin, and she was a milliner, and she made all sorts of fashionable clothes for Marie Antoinette, and then people wanted to copy her clothes, and they started buying clothes in France, in Paris, and taking them back home to copy back home. And let's see, the couturiers. So, for example, Dior or Givenchy or Jean-Paul Gaultier or Schiaparelli. These are all haute couture houses of haute couture where they produce high-end, expensive designer dresses. These are really, really fashionable. So if there is a clothes show, then this is where you're going to see all the haute couture, all the expensive, fashionable designs, the latest look, the haute couture for perhaps this season. Yeah, the world of Paris haute couture. Okay, haute couture is an important business nowadays. Yeah, it's related to higher-end fashion. I don't think you could accuse me of being haute couture. So you could have an haute couture dress, haute couture fashion, an haute couture house, but a fashion house, an haute couture show. Yeah, so it's making fashionable clothes, or the clothes themselves can be haute couture. So his clothes are always very haute couture. Formality, haute couture. I think I'm going to give this a 6 in formality, maybe 5.5. I think you could use this anywhere. Anyone will understand this phrase. And as to origin, haute, high, but the high is not really necessary. You could just say couture without the haute couture. High is adding emphasis to it. And then couture, which is sewing or dressmaking in French, which comes from Latin consuo, to sew together. Yeah, so you're sewing things together. That's the idea. So, haute couture, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Haute couture.